Hello! Thank you guys for coming. Sorry, I forgot to put my mic down. It's the kind of mic that stops working if you have it like up and doesn't stay on. Yeah, anyway, sorry I was muted. Let's continue onwards. Yeah, hopefully it still has everything saved and I didn't mess that up. Even when I go with the lowest possible... What? Why is there nobody? I had more people than this. Oh, or did I? I don't remember. Even at the lowest possible stream latency, there's still some latency. Okay. I guess we gotta hire some people. This guy can go in the control team. I don't think we need many people for the control team. It'd probably be best to keep them mostly... Well, yeah, because I set it to ultra low latency or something like that. YouTube is tough with that because the latency, yeah, it's it has the default option as like significant latency and warns you, oh, but you shouldn't use the option that's like got actually decent latency. So I tried out the normal latency and I tried out the the low latency. And then I tried out ultra low latency, which is what we're using now. And I accidentally did normal latency last stream. Okay, wait, we should probably give them armor. Hello! What armor should we give them? We have a lot of armor and like no guys. Hello! So many armor, no guys to put it on. Oh wait, that's weapons. Oh well. Is the cute thing good? Is it? No. It just seems like a worse version of the... Yeah, it just seems like a worse version of what we have here. Oh, yay! That's good. Bans are not pleasant. I'd prefer to, like, never be banned, ever. I picked the wrong guy, didn't I? Why are they bald? Oh, whoops. But how do I do this? No, 30-second delay. Yeah, we're getting better. It's getting better. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Yeah, it's the Mussolini thing. Oh, yay. Okay. How do I think I might have fixed the sensor, but I'm not 100% sure. It's possible. I still probably can't see the messages that are censored, but... Wait, but... How do I give the... Oh, how do I give the thing? Oh... I'm confused. Why is it not working? I'm doing it right here, so... One of these guys doesn't have a weapon, does it? Or wait, this guy does? Okay, whatever. Whatever, I give up. Too confusing. Oh no, the sensor? Seriously? I think I fixed it on the chat that shows on the screen, but it shouldn't be fixed on the... for, like, what I'm seeing, unfortunately. Okay. I think we did that. I think everyone has stuff. Hopefully they don't all die. Okay. Should I send someone to play with the dog? Oh, wait. What is the dog like again? Okay. So that is what the dog likes. This dog scares me. Oh, there's a new area. And a new, thing. What does this thing work? What is this thing like? What?! What did I do? What? What? What happened? What happened? Why did that thing kill everyone? Why did it kill everyone? Okay, I'm not touching that thing again. Why did it kill everyone, though? What is this thing? What? It won't even let me look at it? Okay, hold up. It won't even let me look at it. Oh. It's a button. Chat delay is back? You're kidding me, right? Oh, but why? Oh, I hate this thing. Okay. I feel like that thing doesn't like what I do with it. Okay, let's make everyone bald, I guess. Oh, wait. Very low? Yeah. I know. I think I sent someone to take care of the monster. But I don't know. Hello. Oh, these guys. I hate these guys. I hate everything. What's up with the button? What is up with this button thing? Hey, you're not allowed to go back to bed. You have to watch me. Don't you know? Okay, I think we can speed it up for now. Why? So, what's up with this button thing? Why doesn't it want me to go anywhere near it? How do I cope with the button? That's contagious, Norwood. Oh, the dog's mad. I don't know. You do have to. You do have to watch me. I'll be sad if you don't. You wouldn't want to make me sad, right? Making me sad would just, it would be so evil. Could you really bear to do that? Yeah, I don't think we're making it to day 50, guys. If we fail at this, we're playing Needy Streamer. No being evil. You guys gotta be nice. Don't you get that? Niceness is important. Mussolini was very nice. Needy Streamer is a game made for streaming. This... What? Why is it now flashing something? What is up with the button? How do I cope with the button? What do I do about it? The button scares me. Wait, what mold game? Oh, right, you showed me a mold game earlier, didn't you? I don't remember games that well. There's too many games. Saya will be back, like, next time. Okay, what's going wrong here? Should I send someone to this guy? When is next time? Next time is like tomorrow, I think. Might even be less than 24 hours away. Next time is soon. I trust. But what do I do about this button thing if I can't even touch it? I get less breakouts in this SCP games. Saya will be back soon. We gotta finish off Saya someday. And we can't just leave Saya unfinished. But do you really want to end Saya? Next time is gonna be the last Saya stream. You should savor it. Oh, come on. Someone went crazy? Hang on. Where's the crazy person? Okay. Hopefully they survive. Hopefully nobody dies. Yeah, they don't have very good names. Aww. That guy seems like awfully mad, even though he claims not to care about his subordinates. I think he's really just a sensitive young man. I guess we've gotta send people down in here. I'll send another guy to the dog. What's up with their... I swear that thing was doing something weird in the background. What's up with their names? One sin and hundreds of good deeds. After Saya. Yasuke Simulator when? Wait, what? Why is this thing named this? I don't even know how you're supposed to say that. One sin. Jesus is not some skeleton held in some SCP facility, you guys. Should I click it when it's night? I'm kind of scared to click it though. I want to get through the day. I don't want to have to repeat stuff. Fairy festival. Wait, the fairy's fat? Yeah, I see it. Oh, yeah, I see. That thing just spins around. Crumbling armor. Okay, that one's kind of normal. Today's shy look. Saya reminded you that you had rat plushies but gave them away. Hang on. Oh, I guess we'll send this guy to the bald dude again. I don't want to overwork them and make them like lose mental health. I hope this game isn't blasphemous too. Oh, I'll send this guy there. I need to make more energy or whatever. What are they using the energy for? Was that explained and I just forgot it, or is that a mystery and they're actually using it for something super insidious? With 14% survival rate. Yeah. You guys would still work for me though, wouldn't you? You guys would trust me to be an amazing manager. I'd be such a great one, right? Oh, nobody's working. Yeah. This guy looks fine. I'll send him out again. Blasphemous 2? Is that a game? Okay, I'm gonna leave everyone else. Fine. I don't know what to do with the agents that are there. Cause like, what do I do about the button? Wait, did something just happen to the button? Why did it turn into this? Okay. This is what they can do. They can take care of this thing. Suppression. Okay. They have a use. Oh, come on. There's another thing here in the area with the bald dude. The bald dude's definitely gonna die. We can't take care of these guys with like this. Is there one up here? Yeah. Okay. Hang on. There. Oh, this guy's not doing well. Alright, whatever. They're all suppressing the thing. Hopefully they don't all die. Ooh. Is everyone in the safety team dying? Seriously? None of them were working. Okay. Needy streamer, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Needy streamer. This is too painful. We're that one showed OBS again, didn't it? I hate how it goes with I hate how it how it defaults to match title, otherwise find window of the same type. Like, no, I don't want you to show a random thing on my desktop. Stop doing that. There are no circumstances in which I'd want that. Oh wait, did I even finish downloading? No, I don't think I did. Okay, we're gonna maybe we will finish Saya today. Okay, we're gonna look on my Steam and see what we have installed on this computer. Oh, computers are just too... Okay, we can do Saya, or we can talk while we wait for Needy Streamer to download, because it's not very long. Yeah. So we can either play Saya and finish off Saya, or we can play Needy Streamer. Okay. Okay, we'll do Saya. We'll leave Needy Streamer to its own dedicated stream. These Saya streams are really ending up being quite spontaneous. Okay. Saya. We'll do Saya. Saya. Saya's, yeah, clickbait titles here. I'm really clickbaiting everyone. Okay. Saya. There. Here. Okay. Saya has volume, right? You can hear the BGM, right? I think. I'd imagine you guys can, so we're just gonna continue onwards from the He Calls Ryoko load. You can't trust whatever my title says, okay? You really can't. Don't expect the title to be the video. There's no way I can know what's gonna happen on this stream. The ringing of her cell phone interrupts Ryoko's labors. When she sees that the caller is Tomo Koji, she unwittingly breathes a sigh of relief. This is Tombo. What is it? I've searched Fuminori's house. Ryoko's in labor. Even over the phone, Ryoko can hear the change in Koji's tone. This is the dull, flat voice of someone who's had all of the energy beating out of him. Might as well just name the stream and their number. When nobody had come to watch, that would be such like a horrible thumbnail. We'll do whatever. Every stream is just a whatever stream. Maybe I should just title them all. We'll do whatever I want. Like a gambling stream. Who knows? Wildcard. Fuminori has murdered people. He's killed too many people to count, and he's eating him. His first steps into Ryoko's world have already brought him face to face with something particularly gruesome. Can I change stream name during this stream? Hang on, let's check. Hang on. It ended up being a Saya stream. Okay. Did that work? Did I successfully change the title? Did it change for you guys? 2 people left. Yeah, I figured that'd happen. But, oh well. We'll play Lobotomy Corporation soon, you guys. I promise. I'm too tired tonight to do it. I'm too tired. I'm sorry, you guys. It'll happen eventually. In consideration of his probable state of mind, she decides to say nothing. 16 minutes of Lobotomy Corporation is enough. Omi is dead. Koji continues. Tsukuba too, probably. Greeting for all. Doctor, I was wrong. Fake things. Real, you guys should just watch whatever I stream. You should be here to see me, not just Lobotomy Corporation. But we'll be back to Lobotomy Corporation someday, I promise. The fact that you're still alive to make this call means you haven't made a fatal mistake yet, Ryoko says, praising Koji in her own way. Whether he's comforted or not is up to him. I think YouTube is careful not to allow your alts to be counted as my views, though. Otherwise, I should just open it up on my phone to get some more. I think he disappeared when I closed the game. We'll remake him next stream. Next time we do Lobotomy Corporation. Anyway, don't screw up this time. Do nothing until I return. What we're dealing with here isn't going down easy. With her understanding of Saya deepening by the hour, Ryoko is able to make this declaration with new confidence. Open stream on your phone using your spam email. Fuminori already knows I'm alive. I didn't tell him who rescued me, but he's definitely on guard. If you guys want to boost the views by using your alts, that would be fun. But I don't know if YouTube's gonna count it. I appreciate the thought. I see. Koji's actions were rash, but there's no point regretting them now. The more proactive approach would be to use the pressure that he's placed on Fuminori. Ryoko's involvement is still a secret. That makes her a wild card. Depending on how she plays it, this advantage could be decisive. Yeah, I mean, considering that it presumably leads to a different ending, I assume it will be decisive. Have you found anything? Not enough yet, Ryoko answers, glancing sidelong at the loose leaf pages still scattered across the table. Thank you guys for... Let's see. I'll wrap this up by evening and return to Tokyo around midnight. You stay out of trouble until then. Got it? Are you guys gonna stay out of trouble for me? Yes. The lack of emotion in Koji's voice is actually reassuring to Ryoko. He's a machine now, able to do whatever it takes to accomplish a single goal, the extermination of Sakisaka Fuminori. He's even willing to accept help from Ryoko, whose principles hardly mess with his. A praiseworthy change indeed. I mean, he ended up just acting like Ryoko in the other ending anyways. Oh yeah, I saw that. I can't wait to see it. I think the first episode's out, isn't it? But I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. After Ryoko hangs up, she gloomily counts the stacks of loose leaf that still need to be restored. I can't wait to see the full glory of Kowloon in, like, animation. It sounds like it's gonna be so beautiful, man. There's no time left. She'll only be able to get the general picture. If she has to go into battle with only fragmentary knowledge, then there's one thing she absolutely must decipher. Olgai's biological reports, which should contain information on the strengths and weaknesses of the organism called Saya. Her strength is that she's cute. All she can do now is pray for luck as she drives back into the mountains of paper. Saya's so cute. And personally, I'm going for Saya. I don't care if she ends the world, she's too cute. But Fuminori does not deserve her. Today was the first time I've driven since my accident last summer. The proposition was always too dangerous to consider given my inability to recognize roads and cars. Real cuteness is all that matters. Things have changed, however, in the 3 months I've had to adapt to my condition. Yay! Kowloon like the walled city. I know what cars and pedestrians look like now, and even though I can't exactly see colors, I've learned to decipher lights and turn signals. Not gonna lie, the best ending is the one where Saya's like, where Fuminori's in the mental hospital and Saya's perfectly fine. I don't want Saya to die. I still can't read street signs, of course. Nevertheless, I managed to make it safely to our destination with Saya and Yo in the backseat. What happened to Yo is just... Oh man. I like that ending. I think it's the best ending. It was Saya who came up with the idea for a new hideout. An abandoned building she'd discovered while living with Dr. Olgai. In these hilly suburban residential areas, it's not hard to find thick patches of undeveloped forest just off the beaten path. Saya's old playground is located in one such secluded area, unaffected by the flow of everyday life. What happens in this ending? Wait. Probably don't spoil it for me. I haven't finished the game. It used to be a privately operated sanatorium hidden among the silent trees. After the owners went bankrupt, it remained unsold and was eventually forgotten. Yes, no spoilers, that would be boring. After I left Saya and Yo at the hideout, I returned to town to make some preparations. Now I'm finally back at our new refuge. I liked this ruin from the moment I saw it. Mountains of construction materials and garbage litter the front yard, forming a serviceable barricade. This place looks even less likely to receive unwanted attention than our house. Seriously though, what do I do about that button in Lobotomy Corporation? I don't want to stream until I know how to cope with that button. That button scares me. Since my brain sees humans as revolting monsters, places they've been tend to stink or seem covered in filthy slime. Ruins like these, long empty of life, are places I find most restful.
Tadaima.
I'm back. I call out to let them know I'm not a stranger. Then I go down to the basement where they're hiding. I'll never stream again. Welcome back. Were you okay with the car? It was no problem at all. I figured out how to tell which roads are one way. As long as I keep my speed down, there's nothing to worry about. So, how are things here? You'll have to get the game to I love her, bros. I took a look around. As I thought, there's no sign that anyone's been here since I found this place. It's safe. So cute. I see. Let's hope it stays that way. Literally, don't press the button, then what do I do? Wiki how to be Lobotomy Corporation. Why is it so hard? Isn't there like an easy mode for stupid people like me? I'm a little worried that this abandoned building could become a hangout for biker gangs or homeless people. It's probably because of all that trash piled out front. Most people won't get anywhere near that, don't you think? How to beat Lobotomy Corporation after you received a lobotomy? I guess. It doesn't bother me at all. I rather like it, in fact, but of course normal people would feel differently. So, how's your shopping? Did you find something good? I sure did. I'm forgetting what FromSoft makes. What is it again? What do they make again? I proudly unwrapped the weapon I just bought from a camping goods store. A 1 meter long wood axe. The biggest and sturdiest I could find. Dark Souls. Oh, I like how this was right next to a sign saying that long knives are illegal. Seems you could do way more damage with one of these. I grip the axe with both hands, testing its dependable weight, and then swing it like a baseball bat. The deadly steel blade sweeps through the air right when a person's neck would be. Yo, who's sprawled out on the floor, flinches at the sound and curls herself into a ball. I kind of want the cozy, the non-timey, the things, you know, a boring old, like turn-based RPG. Yeah, the animator so stream. Couldn't even get past the tutorial. Saya, no butchering, yo! How sharp is it? Wanna test it on yo? I don't think that's a good idea. One day I'll beat a tutorial. But then I wouldn't be able to be a game journalist anymore. I definitely wasn't expecting Saya to suggest anything so brutal. Ooh. I hate how this bit is like kind of repeated. It happens in the other ending, doesn't it? You don't need to worry. Her new body can heal pretty easily from cuts and such. No, Saya! But I'm sure it'll hurt. Sokka. Yeah, Saya, yeah. Butchering someone hurts with an axe. Oh, yeah. I guess you're right. It must have slipped her mind completely. She smiles at the oblivious Yoas to hide her embarrassment. And then says, people are hurt when you attack them. But her screams are pretty adorable, don't you think? You know what's really adorable? Saya! Have you ever been axed? I guess we wouldn't know for sure. How can you be sure if you've never been axed? Really? Then what about Koji? That's easy. It should be obvious, but I guess that Saya still doesn't understand. I don't see him as human. I'll have no trouble cutting him to pieces. Well, Saya can't understand how you see the world. That really makes a difference? Yeah, humans have a conscience, you see. What I don't get is Saya's read so many books about humanity and yet she doesn't understand the concept of a conscience yet? Seriously? No matter how much you hate someone, you can't help but think twice about killing them. And that's how I'll win. Really? She's so cute. Saya seems awfully subdued. I guess she's concerned about what'll happen when I have it out with Koji. You might not feel it, honestly, with adrenaline? Seriously? Oh, but it'd hurt afterwards when it's healing, even if it doesn't hurt you when you get axed. You're talking about a creature. Yeah, I guess so. I guess the game isn't thought out that deeply. He's bigger and stronger, so I might not have much of a chance against him in a straight-up fight. But what's just slaying a monster to me is murder to him. This is big. He'll definitely hesitate when it counts. You know, if only Saya wasn't worried. But seriously? But even then, it'll still hurt eventually. Oh, then again, I guess if Yo heals immediately. Yeah, maybe not. Still! Don't go axing people, guys. That's not conducive to a good society, a good and productive society. Don't do that. I'm a little worried, Saya says softly, staring at the floor with unusual gravity. You can never be sure how someone will react. It's dangerous to rely on that. She raises her head and looks straight at me. Saya's competence is so wishy-washy. Oh, she's right though. She's right. Don't you think it'd be better if I hunted? I appreciate Saya's consideration. Even though it could be interpreted as a lack of faith in me, she's still putting my safety above hers. Nevertheless, I can't accept her heartfelt suggestion. Where does it state in the Holy Scriptures I can't axe flesh monsters to death if my lolly girlfriend asks me to? You once impaled yourself and didn't feel anything until you woke up in the hospital? What? With your strength, you might be able to overpower a girl like Yul, but I think it'd be hard for you to take down a guy. Oh man, you guys lead hardcore lives. I don't leave the house. I don't get injured. The bitter memory of Saya's rape is still fresh in my mind. Saya falls silent for a moment, seeming to understand what I'm thinking, but then comes right back stubbornly to press her case. My face is like somewhat asymmetrical because I had a bit of an injury to like a jaw muscle once. But otherwise, I've never gotten injured. My first attack went fine, though. Most humans go limp as soon as they see me. You can change that in a loving way. You were the only one who could talk to me. I guess you have a point. I can't imagine it personally, but I suppose it's possible that Saya's appearance is shocking enough to make someone lose their nerve. I got punched by like a really, really weak person, but at a really bad angle. So, like, it just didn't heal properly, and then the muscle ended up kind of ruined and asymmetrical and shortened. It mostly healed, but for a while I wasn't able to open my mouth, like, at all. It was not a black person. It wasn't a black person. The Suzume was able to gain the advantage because he had the same condition as me, which let him see Saya as a cute girl. Fear doesn't necessarily make people weaker, however. Depending on the situation, it can even send someone into berserk rage and make them harder to put down. It wasn't a brown person. It was an Australian person. In other words, such a tactic would be the same sort of gamble that Saya's worried about. That's true. That's true. Alright, Saya, how about this? When I tell Saya the new plan that just popped into my head, her gloomy frown turns into a bright smile. No, just an average Australian. That's perfect! You're so smart, Fuminari! Oh, stop. It's not exactly a great plan, but I guess the fact that it lessens the risk to me is enough to excite her. She's so easy to please, but that's part of what makes her so cute! So when's Koji coming? I don't know. He'll call sooner or later. Then I'll lure him here and finish and finish him. Koji will come. I know he won't leave us alone. We could just keep running now that we've started, but I want to eliminate Koji as soon as possible. And therefore, when he contacts me, I intend to meet with him unless it's an obvious trap. She's gonna have to clean that up. We're finally going to get more human meat. Too bad it's just going to rot without a refrigerator. Saya! Why don't we use it to trap other animals? It could be bait for stray cats or crows. I feel like the chat's gotten more latency since I started streaming. That's too dangerous. If an animal gets away with the meat, someone might find it and wonder where it came from. Good point. Humans are extremely dangerous, and their filthy, stinking bodies makes me sick just by being nearby. Ironically, however, nothing tastes better than their meat. I truly regret having to abandon our well-stocked fridge. I guess it's okay. I'm glad that it's better than before. I'm glad that it's better than before. It was pretty bad before. The forest around here is full of animals. I don't think we'll have any trouble finding food. About 5 to 7 seconds. Dang. Wish I could make it shorter. The test. We have 3 mouths to feed, are you sure? Hi. Leave it to me. I may not look it, but I'm a pretty good hunter. I'll be sure to keep us well fed. She's so cute. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, looks like you're going to be the breadwinner of this family. You can't make your lolly girlfriend your breadwinner, bro. Saya giggles happily at my praise. I find these childish qualities of hers adorable. He's forcing her to be the breadwinner. I wonder how long we'll be able to relax this time. Because of the casual way she says it, I almost miss the emptiness to which her question leads. Yeah. Saya's right. This won't last forever. No matter how safe this hideout may seem, we will have to abandon it eventually. The slightest mistake could put our life together in jeopardy. Just like when I failed to silence Koji. It's like the Japanese guy who lives off his 8 girlfriends. Evil! Fuminori is super Reddit. Some dumb kids might decide that this old ruin is a good place to test their courage, or this land might be targeted for new development. In order to be together with Saya, I've chosen to live apart from society. We will never find lasting peace in this world teeming with humans. Not unless we can somehow escape from it. Think of it like going on a journey, just the two of us. I pull Saya into my arms and fold my hands around her tender shoulders and then whisper, I wish I could do this to Saya. No, you probably didn't miss anything. Unless you left when we were playing Lobotomy Corporation, then you missed a lot. Life is like a journey anyways. Nothing stays the same forever. Yeah, it's just repeat. I kinda wish I could skip over the repeat parts, but whatever. The only difference is whether time passes you by or sweeps you up in its flow. Oh yeah, but then people might come looking for the intruders. I guess you're right. Saya smiles softly, perhaps in resignation, perhaps in sadness. Either way, there is peace and contentment in her expression. You missed the 17 rats. But we'll be together, so I'm not lonely. You're not lonely either, are you? She's already forgotten you. I have the attention span of 5 seconds, okay? No. To mention the line. You know, I'm actually kind of worried that my dad's like going senile. Lately he's just been forgetting everything. Man. Kind of concerned, but oh well. Oh, today I found out my uncle has cancer. Life is not going great for me. As long as I can hold Saya in my arms, I will gladly pay any price. And besides, she adds brightly, trying to cheer me up. One day, we won't have to hide anymore. I can promise you that. Yeah. Actually, no, that's not a good thing, is it? It sounds like a fairy tale, but for some reason, she seems absolutely certain. That day might be tomorrow, or it might be far off in the future. I think it'll be okay. I have a feeling that it'll be okay. And I could tell what kind of cancer it was before I was even told, just by a feeling. So I trust my feeling, and I think he'll be okay. But I feel like if I say that, I'll jinx it. So I didn't say that, you guys. That day might be tomorrow, or it might be far off in the future. It's my first time, so even I don't know when the sign will come. I'm a little scared. Oh, Saya. I have no idea what Saya's prophetic words mean, but this isn't the first time she's said or done something mysterious. She's performed any number of miracles already. So there's hope for us too. Yeah! She says with a cheerful nod. No, Saya! Don't leave us! Oh. I always laugh at bad things. Laughing at bad things is entirely normal, you guys. Laughing is the only way that I can cope. My great-grandfather also died a month ago. I don't know when. Time's just been a blur since then. I'm desperately trying to move out so that I can be with my family again, but man. Oh, it's hard when you don't have a job. It'll be my final present to you, Fuminori. My first and final duty. Yes, better to laugh about it. Better to laugh. I mean, crying on stream would be just so lame. It's better if I laugh on stream, isn't it? And the hands of his watch move with agonizing slowness, as though counting down to the end of the world. In the hours since contacting Ryoko, Koji went back to his apartment, showered, changed clothes, and even had his first full meal in days. It got heavy. Sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to make it heavy. He wanted to take a nap, knowing that he needed the rest, but no matter how hard he tried, sleep never came. Forcing himself to relax only made his nerves colder and sharper. With nothing else to do, he decides to wander the city until nightfall. Downtown Tokyo is bustling, surrounded by smiling pedestrians, bright lights, and windows decorated early for Christmas. He feels as if all of the happiness in the world has been gathered in this very place. And Koji takes it all in, burning it into his memory like it's the last thing he'll ever see. Is the world so beautiful because of the horrors that lurk in its shadows? The glow of the city can no longer warm him. Perhaps that's why it seems so precious. And Koji watches the city for hours. It feels unreachably distant, like reading the obituary of someone you loved long ago. Other VTubers, I'm going through some things right now, so I'll be taking a break to take care of myself. Italia, my family is running away. Lol. Anyways, back to the stream. Yeah. Hopefully that makes it possible to end things. Yeah, it's life. He was a pilot in the Korean War. His phone rings at 8 p.m. It's Ryoko. Their conversation is short. She hangs up as soon as they decide where to meet. And so ends Tono Koji's final night of peace. I really want to drink a ton of whiskey, because he loved whiskey. But I gave up alcohol for Lent, so that's gonna wait a little while. And then I'm gonna try to drown all my sorrows in as much whiskey as I can handle. Ryoko arrives at the diner at 1 a.m., 1 hour later than agreed upon. Oh, Ryoko, you can't be late! She has a heavy-looking duffel bag under her arm. Koji doesn't feel like asking what the bulges represent. Whiskey stream 1. Sorry, I had a lot to get together. Ryoko doesn't sound at all apologetic, but Koji decides to nod expressionlessly. I'm not an alcoholic, you guys! A few tables are filled at this hour, like lonely islands in the midst of the vast restaurant. After sending the bleary-eyed waitress away with an order for 2 coffees, Koji and Ryoko are left all alone in the corner of the dining area. Yeah, it's so painful. It's so painful. I can't wait to drink again. Oh. Okay, have a nice meal. So, did you find what you were looking for? Koji asks bluntly while sipping dutifully from his 3rd cup of watery, tasteless coffee. I'd like to think I didn't make you wait for nothing at least. Though, I'm still not sure of anything. You know, both an alcoholic and a non-alcoholic would say that they're not an alcoholic. Thank you. 1 shot every time I get an ordeal in Lobotomy Corporation. I think Fuminori is under a lot of stress. I've left him hanging for a day since I told him I'd call. I think I prefer drinking alone rather than with people. Do you really think you have him on edge? I'd die. I can drink more than you guys expect. I can drink a lot. I can handle my alcohol. His reaction to the name Saya was very clear. In the silence that follows, Koji tries to soothe his parched throat with another mouthful of weak coffee. I see. Ryoko mutters, so it is Saya. Passes out in 20 minutes. It's obvious that her grimace isn't for the coffee. You know, don't you? Koji asks, his tone almost confrontational. You know what this saya is. Tasted alcohol once, never again. That's weak. Ryoko tries to ignore Koji's question by nursing her coffee, but that only works until the cup is empty. Staring at the brown stain at the bottom of her cup, Ryoko says, her voice hard and flat. How many bottles of wine can you drink in one night? I don't drink multiple bottles of wine because that would be depressing, to be honest. Because I prefer to leave some for my mother who buys me the wine because I still haven't moved out, and that's my goal this year, to move out of my mother's house so that I can go home to everybody and I don't have to watch them die from several thousand kilometers away. You were foolish enough to ignore my warning once. But I'm just as stubborn as you, so I'm going to say this one more time. Go home, Tomo, and forget everything that's happened. Yeah, I don't like drinking multiple bottles of wine, but I do like drinking huge glasses of whiskey. Well, I drink about a bottle of wine, and then I think the most wine I've ended up drinking straight was like a bottle, and then half a bottle of fortified wine. But then I don't like to drink a full bottle of anything. I'm not that heavy of a drinker. I like to save some for my mother who buys it. It would be cruel to drink it all, you know? That's like when you get like you buy like 2 pudding cups or something. You can't just drink it. You can't eat it all. That's too mean. Forget everything that happened, she said to the man whose entire life was ruined by what happened. I want to forget everything that's happened. You really are stubborn, Koji replies, smiling bitterly instead of glaring at her like he did before. Are you still saying that I still haven't crossed the line separating me from you and Fuminori? Yeah, the most I've had of like straight wine, I didn't think I had any shots. I might have had some shots of something as well, but the most wine I've drank, like just straight wine, was 1 bottle, and I think it was like 14%, and then some like half of a bottle of 20% fortified wine, or something like that. Maybe it was 25%. I have no idea. But it hit surprisingly hard. It wasn't a lot of wine, but it made me kind of like sick. I don't know why. Maybe it was because the bottle was like super old. That might have been why. It was a very old bottle that had been open for ages. But, whatever. Are you saying that I still haven't crossed the line separating me from you and Fuminori? Imagine Koichi going back to college and someone asks him what happened to all of his friends and he just looks at them in the eye and says, I don't know. It gets better with age, but not if it's like the cap is off and it's just hiding in the cupboard. It turns into vinegar if you do that. You still haven't seen the most damning part of all this. As far as you're concerned, Ryoko continues with a disparaging smirk, your best friend in the whole world suddenly went crazy and became a cannibal. That's all this thing is to you, isn't it? That's all? The things that Fuminori has done are so horrifying that Koji's only recourse, his only hope of coping, is to kill the man who was once his friend. Yet despite that, Ryoko makes this nightmare sound like just the beginning. That's true. 80% sounds painful. I mean, where's the flavor gonna be if it's 80%? Koji still doesn't understand where her morbid cynicism comes from, nor does he want to. I really want to drink. Yeah. You say there's something more, but aren't you just imagining it? Odds usually drink mixed with water. That makes sense. That makes sense. See, that's how I know your wounds are still shallow. Her brusque tone says that she doesn't care whether or not Koji is satisfied with her explanation. She's so pretty. If you back out now, they'll probably heal, given time. You haven't crossed the final line yet. You didn't mix it. Well, no kidding. It'd be weak if you mixed it with water. Koji considers Ryoko's words calmly without letting himself get emotional like before. I refuse to drink anything under 12%. That's just bland. Preferably, I think, ideally, I like things at 20%. The final line. True, Fuminori is somewhere beyond that. Although Koji has gone far enough to be willing to kill Fuminori, he has no intention of eating his enemy's flesh once he's dead. That, at least, still separates the two. Then, what about Ryoko, who has treated Koji like an ignorant fool ever since she saved him from the well? How close is she to Fuminori? But beer makes you fat. It's got too many calories in it. You're saying your wounds are deeper than mine? In response to Koji's biting question, Ryoko's mocking smile turns inward. This gun was my father's, you know. It came along a potion since it was an RPG-themed place. The waiter warned us not to pour the whole cup inside the juice. Oh no! Ryoko pats one of her duffel bag's bulges. His hunting club kicked him out when it disappeared from his locker. I've never had rum. I've never had any rum, to be honest. I don't like sugary sweet drinks though, to be honest. I like gin quite a bit. Gin might be my favorite. My parents were always proud of me. They probably never even suspected that I was the one who took it. So you had a good reason for taking it? No, not at all. What? Her quick denial isn't what Koji was expecting. At the time, the old guy mess had already ended. At least, that's what I thought. Dun dun dun! He'd vanished without a trace, and I was sure I'd never see him again. Honestly, if you are drinking 98% alcohol just for fun, and that's just what you like, you're in deep. You're in deep at that point. I didn't steal this gun because I needed to shoot anyone. Aren't all alcohols pretty sugary though? Because it's just to get alcohol, it's just fermented sugar, isn't it? You need the sugar. Then why? Because I couldn't sleep. That's all. Ryoko pauses, perhaps needing time to decide how best to explain. Until then, she continues, choosing her words carefully. I was sleeping with a machete next to my bed. I couldn't stand being alone at night, you see. I had a bad habit of like hallucinating stuff. I had insomnia as a kid, pretty bad insomnia, and I still can't get to sleep for like hours a lot of the time after I try and go to sleep. And sometimes I can't sleep all night. And I used to like hallucinate stuff in the darkness. I needed to know that no matter what horrors the world might hold, I still had some power against the madness. Usually it wasn't so creepy that I'd have to sleep with a machete though. I needed a weapon I could count on. True, right now I'm hallucinating being a VTuber and having people watching me. Yeah, I know, but still, is it really that much more sugar in it? At least like carbs. Koji doesn't know what to say. He's amazed, impressed even, that a person with such a serious case of delusional paranoia could function as one of T University's top doctors. Yeah, but I wasn't like 4 to 7. I was like up till I was 13 or so. One time I saw like this really vivid one of those characters from a horror movie in like a mirror, and that was the creepiest one I ever saw. It didn't work though. My nightmares kept on getting worse. I don't quite remember when it stopped. A machete just wasn't enough to let me sleep peacefully. That's when I stole my father's gun. I know that theoretically they wouldn't come back, but every night I'm like terrified of them just appearing out of the shadows. By cutting the barrel down like this, the shot spreads over a wider area and causes more damage. I hear that even in America, carrying a sawed-off shotgun is a crime. But with this gun sitting in the back of my closet, I was finally able to sleep. 1 night out of 3, that is. At this point, Ryoko seems to have gotten everything off of her chest, smiling like someone who just finished a hard job, she adds. A gun's a great thing to have, you know? It really is. Mussolini really liked chamomile tea, by the way. You can use it to blow your enemies away, and if that doesn't work, you can always stick it in your mouth and pull the trigger. Doctor, you need help! And thanks for the honest opinion. You won't be able to talk like that for much longer, though. Not if you go any further. Koji's already doubtful that meeting with Ryoko was the right thing to do. The one thing that he and Ryoko have in common is an unwillingness to leave Fuminori to the proper authorities. Fuminori not only killed Koji's lover and friend, but even went so far as to defile their corpses. Koji isn't about to give him the chance to get off on an insanity plea. No matter what crimes he must commit, Koji will end Fuminori with his own 2 hands. If he doesn't, he knows that he will never sleep again. Can you get alcohol from mixing sulfuric acid and ethylene? I feel like if I try that, I'll die. It helps to have a partner in crime, but only when that partner doesn't cause trouble. Ryoko talks big about exposing Olgai's secrets, but she might just have a head full of delusions. If so, Koji needs to rethink this whole thing. Clearly she doesn't! Yeah, true. If you're telling me to leave this to you, Koji says with unflappable determination, then please give me some reason to trust you. Really? So, I'll just blow stuff up? Prove to me that there's a reason for you to be so obsessed with Olgai. Show me what he did. So you're determined to go all the way. Oh well. Ryoko smirks and shakes her head ruefully, but puts up no further resistance. She pulls a stack of paper from her bag and hands it to Koji. The loose-leaf sheets are bound with string. Stop trying to unalive. No, don't kill me, chat. If you kill me, I'll never stream again. After you read one line, it continues on the same line of the next page. Anyway, just skim it. As directed, Koji looks through the handwritten pages and gives up after less than 3 minutes. Is this a draft for a horror novel or something? Yes! Yes, it is. I didn't think Olgai had such childish hobbies. Koji deliberately scoffs at the document, doing everything he can to show contempt for what he just read. At the same time, he tries desperately not to remember the mountain of bones in Ogai's bathtub and the unidentifiable smell permeating Fuminori's house.
1年前、オーガイがうちの大学に持ってきた資料も、その文章と同じぐらい突拍子もないものだった。
If you want any more depressing Italia facts, I can't even think without alcohol. The specimens that Ogai brought to the hospital 1 year ago were just as unbelievable, Ryoko says, coldly ignoring Koji's disdain.
やつは大学の機材を無断で使って、こっそり検査をしようとしたらしい。
Even so, I gave it up just because I thought it'd be hard, and it is. Close-ish? We'll get there this stream. We've still got a while to go. Apparently, he continued his research in secret using our supplies without permission. But he made a mistake and was discovered. That's when things got crazy. Judging by the equipment he was trying to use, he meant to treat his experiment as a P3 level biohazard. To be honest, even that might not have been sufficient for what he was dealing with. I want to try and make meth once, but I'm afraid of blowing stuff up. We should have evacuated the nearby civilians, but the big shots did their thing and made the whole mess disappear. Oh, can I not say that on stream? Oh well. If I can't, oh well. I'm not gonna do it. Probably. Don't arrest me. Yeah, I meant in a game. Yeah, in Minecraft. I'm gonna do it in Minecraft. A certain kind of cotton that had... What do you mean by that? Cotton? I don't know any cottons. Oh, you mean... I don't know. I have no idea. You're gonna have to tell me. On Discord. We should have evacuated the nearby civilians, but the big shots did their thing and made the whole mess disappear. In exchange, we were left with the task of exterminating every single rat on campus, including the things that used to be rats. Ew. At their first meeting, Ryoko brushed Koji off when he asked about Ogai Matsuhiko. However, now she's telling the whole story, her voice as flat and emotionless as a machine's. In the end, everyone gave up trying to explain what had happened. No one could figure out where his materials had come from, or what they were. In retrospect, they did the wise thing. They knew how to keep the line between reality and fantasy where it should be. I, unfortunately, was not so wise. Ryoko pauses for a moment, then grins with self-disdain so maniacal that it strikes Koji like a blow. I searched everywhere for Ogai, fleshed him out, and finally learned what he had been doing. I found the people he'd been dealing with, and who'd encouraged him to perform his experiments. That's when I started sleeping with a machete. I learned just how absurd, how hollow, how worthless our precious reason is. As though fleeing from the quiet insanity that he keeps glimpsing in Ryoko, Koji finds himself paging through the loose leaf in his hands. He reads a line at random. The organism's flesh is not fibrous, but reticulated. And put simply, it is an extremely tough substance that expands and contracts not in one direction, but in all directions. This means that slashing or piercing damage has very little effect, since any flesh can contract in any direction freely. Any wound will be sealed instantly. It's nonsense. What else can it be? What's YouTube censoring? That's so mean. All the logical rules that define the world will be rendered meaningless. Do you believe what's in this, Doctor? I lost any reason to doubt it a long time ago. Ryoko reaches into her duffel bag again, this time removing a stainless steel thermos that looks to be able to hold 500 cc's of liquid. Is it alcohol? Can Saya not drink alcohol? This is the secret weapon that'll let us defeat Saya. It was a pain to get, but it should work like a charm. I can't take this anymore. Koji snaps, no longer able to disguise his frustration. Aww. I don't care what Saya is. All I care about is killing Fuminori. I can't leave this to you. Italia didn't stream last week because she was in the hospital. Someone shot her, but thankfully it was through the head, so nothing important was hit. I see. Now that she's given up on persuading him, her ascent is swift and cold. At the moment, Koji's fate has likely ceased to matter to her. Alright then. You do everything you can to take Sakisaka down. I'll take advantage of the opening you create. I won't get in your way, and I'll even take care of things when you screw up. Perfect anime girl, hell empty, only cute anime girl thoughts. Despite the determination in her voice, Koji can't bring himself to trust this paranoid doctor completely. Do you have a reason to kill Fuminori? Oh, I see. Aww, well, have a nice 22 minutes while you're gone. I like things neat and tidy. I can't stand people like him who lurk outside of the world. Ew. No. They're like cockroaches in your bedroom. Can you sleep with them scuttling underneath your pillow? I found a cockroach on my Reimu Fumo once, like the bootleg one. I have an official one and I have a bootleg one. And I haven't been able to like touch her since. It was disgusting. The moment I find one, I kill it and stamp out all trace of its existence. I have to, for the sake of my mental well-being. Her reasons are similar to Koji's own. He doesn't want to bring a murder to justice, nor does he want revenge for Omi and Yo. If he did, he could have left everything to the police. The reason he can't is that the villain is Fuminori. The man he believed was his friend has turned his whole world upside down. Everything and everyone with a part in this madness is to blame, and that includes himself for allowing the betrayal. His self-loathing, his desire to destroy is what's keeping him on his feet. Yeah. Yeah, it's so gross. I remember that time that I accidentally fried the time I accidentally found a cockroach in my sandwich press and it got fried. I haven't been able to touch that thing since. It's been clean, but no. It was like smoking, man. It was smoking. I'm not eating from that thing again. Oh, the wood ones are not cute. I hate them. Okay, let's move in for the checkmate. Go ahead and call Sakisaka out. Koji nods, pulls out his cell phone, and calls his friend for what will probably be the last time. The call goes through quickly. Fuminori must have been waiting for it. They live outside. There's cockroaches in, like, the outside, and the houses are sealed poorly. They're especially bad in Australia. The further north you go, too. If you go like far north, it's just everyone treats it like it's normal if you have like 50 cockroaches scuttling through your house at all times. I mean, people just treat bugs inside your house as normal in Australia, and that includes cockroaches. Everywhere. They just live with the cockroaches scuttling under their pillows. The call goes through quickly. Fuminori must have been waiting for it. Sorry to keep you waiting, Fuminori. I've finished my preparations. Koji, where are you? Fuminori must have been quite anxious to hear from Koji. His voice is hard and completely emotionless. I had a dream like that once. Horrifying. Let's just say I'm right behind you. Koji can't help but smile at Fuminori's disappointment. Perhaps Ryoko's maniacal sadism has rubbed off on him. Well, have you decided to let Tsukuba go? Yeah. I suppose I have no choice. There are lizards, though, too. There are lizards everywhere as well. Especially the snakes. I mean, they're not quite lizards, but they're also reptiles. He's lying, Koji thinks, remembering the contents of Fuminori's refrigerator. Just what part of Yo did you eat, huh? Did you carve that poor girl up like a pig? She really is alive. You should trust him, bro. Bring your evidence along with all the files you've gathered. When I'm satisfied that they're the real thing, I'll hand Yo over. Yeah, exactly. Flesh-eating cockroach movie? What? I haven't even heard of that before. Fine. Where? First, come to Y station on the O line. When I'm sure that you're alone, I'll tell you the exact location. You're being awfully careful. No tricks. You have 45 minutes. Fuminori hangs up without waiting for Koji's response. He won't tell me his location until he's sure I'm alone. And spiders and snakes and kangaroos and crocodiles and sharks, and it's horrifying, man. Not bad for a medical student. I'm impressed. Ryoko's praise sounds serious, drawing a glare from Koji. Oh, we're so Alitalia. This is where the monsters of the world get sentenced. What? Why is your arm bleeding? We'll leave my car here. Is your trunk big enough for me to fit inside? Yeah, but are you serious? You've seen too many movies. This adventure is more dangerous than anything you've seen in a movie. I have a feeling that they don't do that. With those bold words, Ryoko grabs her duffel bag and rises from her seat. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I see. Pet reptile. I knew a lady once who was obsessed with, adopting snakes. She was crazy. Like, absolutely, like, insane. So edgy. Weren't you the one who chose to meet here? Yeah, why? Take responsibility for the coffee, she says and tosses him the check. Well, it can't be very expensive coffee. Even after Koji arrives at Y station as directed, Fuminori calls him and makes him change locations 3 more times. They leave you alone once you're dead. Koji is beginning to doubt that Fuminori is watching. He might just be using the time to guess when Koji arrives at each designated location. Nevertheless, Koji can't let his guard down. Fuminori might choose any moment to make sure that he's alone. If he makes a mistake and puts Fuminori on alert, Ryoko will lose her chance to take him by surprise. She'll just have to put up with the cramped trunk for a little while longer. Yeah, they're huge. And then they're like in gangs. They're pack animals. So you're not going to encounter one of them. You're going to encounter like 6 or so. After the nature preserve and the dry riverbed, the 4th location to which Fuminori sends Koji is the thick forest at the top of the foothills, high above the developed area at their base. If you punch a kangaroo, even if it somehow works out well for you, the others are going to gang up on you and beat you up badly. You're gonna die. Don't punch those things. His car's GPS shows a road that leads nowhere, but according to Fuminori, there should be an old, abandoned sanatorium there. The park and river were empty this late at night, but during the day would have likely had considerable traffic. This time, however, his instinct is telling him that this is definitely a place no one could find, not even by accident. Don't they literally lure dogs and other smaller animals into shallow bodies of water to drown them? Oh man, I never heard about that. But I know they're constantly, like, in my backyard and stuff. It looks like this is the final stop. Koji drives up the steep incline, soon leaving the residential neighborhood behind. Even though the hands of progress are right at its doorstep, the undeveloped forest is darker than he expected. They also, like, walk down the sidewalk. It's really weird to see. They don't walk in the grass. No, they walk on the sidewalk. This looks like a great place to live in secret. Or to kill someone and hide the body. Places like this, lost and forgotten, aren't only found in deep jungles and hidden valleys. Holes in the world are everywhere, even in the midst of civilization. Australia is a hole in the world. A broken down gatepost suddenly appears in Koji's headlights like a ghost rising from the darkness. It looks like this is the final stop. He rolls up to the gate and turns off the engine, giving himself to the silence of the forest. His phone starts ringing almost immediately. He doesn't need to check who it's from. I'm here. Yeah, I heard you. Welcome to my new home. He's so annoying. He's like putting it in such a pretentious tone. Fuminori is nearby, close enough to hear the sound of the engine. A shiver of excitement shoots up Koji's spine. Come inside. Yo is waiting. Fuminori hangs up without another word. Yeah, he's so smug. After grabbing his new flashlight from the glove department and checking that the revolver's still in his pocket, would you rather deal with the flesh monsters or the kangaroos? Koji opens the door, making sure to pop the trunk at exactly the same time. Ryoko shouldn't need any more explanation than that. Fuminori will have a golf-sized hole blown through his chest. Realizing that the interior roof light will stay on and broadcast that the trunk isn't closed, Koji quickly unscrews the bulb and then gets out of the car and deliberately slams the driver's side door hard. Yeah, he's so Reddit. Poor Saya, she deserves better than a Redditor. Mountains of trash litter the front yard, forming a serviceable barricade. Koji sees everything from small refrigerators and mopeds to huge chunks of concrete and plaster that must have all been abandoned by construction workers. The fact that they could get away with leaving all this stuff behind just shows how remote this place is. Glancing sidelong at the rear of his car, Koji sees no movement inside this barely open trunk. Ryoko knows what she's doing. She'll probably wait until Fuminori's attention is focused on Koji before making her move. The moon is brighter than usual, allowing Koji to walk through the front yard without tripping on debris. Staying alert, he heads for the building beyond the mountains of trash. Oh no, it's a 4chan girl. He's a Reddit boy. Something must be buried underneath the piles of garbage because the whole yard is filled with this sharp stink of chemicals. 4chan girl. It's called a man, actually. Even the homeless probably wouldn't come to this place. So honestly, I can buy it. I can buy it. If you need to get out of the wind and rain, there are plenty of shelters more suitable. Hi, welcome back. When he reaches the gaping, doorless entrance to the building, Koji glances back the way he came. His car, parked at the gate, is hidden behind the mountains of trash. There are 0 women on the internet, including me. I am just a figment of your imagination. Take the meds, guys. Take the meds, Anon. Even if Fuminori is watching from inside the sanatorium, he shouldn't be able to see Ryoko crawl out of the trunk. It looks like she'll get her chance to take him by surprise. How many times now has he stood like this, alone in some ominously silent place, far removed from his everyday life? Sneaking into deathly quiet houses to find traces of unimaginable happenings has become as normal as going to class. The houses he explored are like freshly shed cicada shells, empty and dilapidated, but with traces of life they had sheltered. This place, however, is different, a perfect ruin, its walls and pillars rising from the dark forest like an army of ghosts, with no sign of the people that once lived and worked here. The structure resembles a skeleton more than a shell. Time and elements have stripped it of its former shape, and now there is only death. Koji has gone as far as he can. This must be the final stop. What will Fuminori's next move be? He must be planning to kill Koji, but how? And just as he's about to turn on his flashlight, Koji reconsiders. If he wanders around with the light on, he'll be broadcasting his exact location. That will give the advantage to Fuminori, who is probably lying in wait for him right now. Twitter turns going to 4chan trans boards to make fun of 4chan trans. Ew! That's like so gross. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. He holds the light before him in his left hand with his finger poised on the switch. In his right hand, he raises the revolver, keeping it pointed in the same direction. Now, ready to fire when he turns on the light, Koji steps quietly into the dark ruin. It takes a while for his eyes to adjust, but even when they do, he has only moonlight streaming through the empty windows to guide him. Everything appears gray and indistinct. However, Fuminori has to deal with the same conditions if he's hiding here. This is a battle of nerves, exhausting and deadly, where the first to make a sound will give away his position and lose. The rooms on both sides of the hallways are all open. Some are even missing their doors. Koji creeps up each entrance, checks to make sure no one is inside, then carefully proceeds on. The stink he has noticed in the garden has changed. Now it smells more organic, like rotting meat. It's the exact same smell that filled Fuminori's house. The organism's flesh freely expands in a manner that renders piercing damage meaningless. Meaningless! Meaningless! The Sayagun chamber. Oh, ew. Yeah, the same as the other one, but the egg blows a hole through Fuminori's chest. Koji grits his teeth and forces the madman's words out of his head. What good can come from taking them seriously? This isn't the time for such useless squish. Koji freezes and stares down the hall. It's a wet sound that he heard just now, like someone dragging their feet through a swamp, and it came from the room at the end of the hall. Something is there. Something alive. Koji creeps towards the sound, his light and gun at the ready. Squish. Squish. Now it sounds like someone squeezing mud through their fingers. And as he gets closer, Koji begins to hear breathing. Can you hear me breathe through the mic? Could it be Fuminori? No, that's impossible. He should be waiting for a chance to ambush Koji, not making careless noise. As he proceeds, the strange sound coming through the cracks in the concrete walls grows clearer. Breathing. Before he knows it, he's standing on the threshold. The room is filled with a thick, viscous darkness, just like every other room that he's passed. I'm still using like a headset mic. We're a long ways off ASMR. There's more than just darkness, however. Something is there. He can hear pained breathing, that of a wounded animal, and what sounds like sobbing. Sobbing? Italia crying stream when... Your homunculus sounds something like that. Who's there? Koji whispers into the darkness. Now that he's given away his position, he might as well turn on his light. For some reason, however, Koji feels that to do so would have disastrous consequences. The last time I heard her voice on the phone, she was sobbing. The wheezing suddenly stops. And then... Koji? A whisper comes out of the darkness, though not a human voice. Not by any measure. It speaks some blasphemous semblance of human words. Yay! Blackshirt number's increasing! A nightmarish flash of insight connects the dots in Yo's... Koji's mind. Scuba? It can't be. Yo doesn't sound like this. She doesn't smell like this. Please. Koji. Kill me. Glah. But if it's not Yo, then how does it know his name? Why is it begging him for help? No, It can't be Yo. She's human, not some creature that slithers and hides in the shadows. Yay! It hurts. This body always hurts. We've gotten up to like 23. I think that's a record. Save me! Koji! The thing wiggles closer. His reason cries out, imploring him to switch the light on before it's too late, or to turn and run if he cannot. But Koji is unable to make either choice. He can only call out in vain to the amorphous shape in the darkness. Is it you, Tsukuba? Is it really you? Let me die. No more. Please. Kill me. No, the first stream doesn't hold the record. I think the one of the lobotomy corporation, I think the first lobotomy corporation stream holds the record now. Something soft and slimy slides over Koji's toes. Instinct overrides his will, forcing him to turn on his light and shine it at his feet. Would you still love me if I was an eldritch horror beyond incomprehension? The white beam reveals everything, the merciless truth that finally shatters Koji's sanity. Record for the most technical problems in a debut hour. Terror wipes his mind of all but 2 words, gun and trigger. His finger responds with instant obedience. Actually, I'm not sure how many people came to the original debut stream. I don't remember. I don't think I ever even checked, to be honest. There's an explosion of light and sound, both more intense than he anticipated, and the destructive forces are swallowed up by the darkness. His ears are still ringing from the bang, but he hears a weak voice coming from the shadows. It hurts! Koji screams and pulls the trigger again and again, certain that salvation could only come from the barrel of his gun. Light and darkness, explosion and silence, they dance before him 3 more times. Koji doesn't even need to aim. This horrible creature is right at his feet, far too close to miss. The debut stream had 1 billion live viewers. Oh, really? Maybe. Ryoko warned him about how many bullets were left in the gun, but that information has already been driven from his mind. Even after the cold, heavy gloom wraps himself around him once more, Koji keeps pulling the trigger like a man possessed, paying no heed to the clicking of the empty weapon. And what happens to all of our black shirts that watched the debut stream? Where did they go? His panic-stricken legs suddenly give out, sending him down hard on his back. Said, "Are you telling me that my black shirts won't wait like a year and a half? No!" Even then, he keeps firing the empty gun. He knows no other way to erase the memory of the thing that he glimpsed in the beam of his flashlight. Wow. I never knew, so, like, maybe. We still have more subscribers on the old account than on this one. The light, which fell from his hand during the attack, is now pointing in a different direction. And though all 4 bullets must have hit their target, they were Koji's last card to play. It is the lack of PowerPoints in the scuffed mic. No. It could have been so much better. It could have been so much better. That's so sad. I could have gotten off to a much better start if it wasn't so scuffed. No. The sad truth. Which leaves him alone in the darkness with no way to defend himself. And just as he realizes this, a mass of rotting flesh rolls over him like a tidal wave. It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! Yes, thank you guys for being so loyal. Thank you. Well, I couldn't make a second stream. As much as I wanted to make a second stream, my computer just couldn't handle it. Everything kept crashing, and my computer's only gotten worse since then. The minute I got a new computer and an actual microphone, I streamed again. He can no longer even scream as the thing pushes him onto his back. Thank you, my loyal black shirts. With fear seizing his throat in an iron grip, Koji struggles desperately against the monster as it crawls up his body toward his face. Yeah, I just forgot the password. I forgot the email that I used too. And it got deleted from my computer because my computer, like, I think it died. Linux, like, death, kernel panic type thing. It didn't work anymore. And I couldn't recover it because I didn't know where to find the Firefox files. Covering his face with his left hand, he scrabbles wildly along the floor with his right, searching for a way out that doesn't exist. His mind is that of a feral animal, empty of everything but primal terror. And that is why, when his right hand closes around something hard at the last moment, he recognizes it instinctively as a weapon. Putting every ounce of strength into his arm, Koji swings the heavy object at the creature on top of him. But, really? I feel like all of the Twitter accounts like that have just been deleted. Have I really forgotten the password to any of them? He hears the thud of a blunt object striking something soft and wet, and then Koji's attacker rolls off of him. As soon as he's able to move again, Koji leaps to his feet and grasps his new weapon with both hands, brandishing it like a charm to ward off evil. Only now does he realize he's holding a rusty steel pipe. Oh yeah, that one! I remember that one. There were like 5 Italian twins. The monster is still sobbing. With a cry that's part scream, part bark. Koji raises the steel pipe and brings it crashing down on the cowering creature. He hears a wet sound and feels the blood-chilling sensation of its thick, soft flesh absorbing the blow. He's combined to evoke an instinctive loathing that wipes his mind of all but the urge to destroy. I miss the old stream. For all of its problems, it's sad. Die! Die! Consumed by the same desperation in which he kept firing the empty gun, Koji rains blow after blow down on his enemy. After the 10th blow, it stops sobbing. After the 20th blow, it stops moving. And after the 30th blow, it begins to feel and sound more like he's beating a puddle of viscous liquid. Koji doesn't stop thrashing the creature until he recovers enough of his senses to realize that whatever it might have been before, it is now nothing but a corpse. I don't think I'll lose this one. I did have a password manager, but it was on that computer, and all of the data on that computer got released. So it just got ruined. I lost the account. The pipe in his hand, covered with unidentifiable liquids, fluids, and filth, suddenly feels unbearably heavy. You still haven't seen the most damning part of all of this. Ryoko's voice plays back in his head, and at last he knows how merciful her warning was. Now his eyes are as open as hers. He is able to laugh in contempt of his own foolishness. But then I lose the notepad! I won't forget the password this time. I won't forget the email because the email has Italia the Lion in the name. So this time I can't forget it. 20 years of memories in the light of the sun. If they were indeed precious to him, then he should never have come to this place. The black flames of despair rise within him, consuming fear and revulsion and pity. Only rage and hate remain. Every cell in his body cries out for vengeance, for the blood of the man who poisoned him with the truth and tore him from the womb of ignorance. And then, Koji, slave to hate, hears the sound of someone sneaking up behind him. Koji whirls, swinging his pipe with all the force he can muster. His enemy hastily leaps back to avoid the strike, surprised by his failure to catch Koji off guard. Twisted shadows dance in the light of the beam on the floor. Yeah, no, the email should still be public on this account. It's public so that I don't forget it. That's my official contact email. Readying his pipe for the next blow, Koji faces off against his second attacker. Sakisaka Fuminori. Before this moment, Koji could never have imagined that he would ever speak his friend's name with such hatred. Hey, that was a pretty heavy swing just now. You trying to kill me or something? It's not the email you expect. Even now, Fuminori is smiling as though the huge axe in his hands is just a sick joke. Damn, Koji, I thought you'd hesitate. You thought I'd hesitate against you? Koji sneers too, unable to contain his contempt for the notion. How did you kill Omi, piece of shit? What did you do to Tsukuba? After all this, you expect me to think twice about killing you? That's my line, Koji. Fuminori growls, looking sadly at the pile of dead flesh at Koji's feet. How could you do such a horrible thing to Yo? I'll make sure you suffer before I kill you. The blade of Fuminori's axe carved a murderous arc through the darkness, glittering menacingly in the faint light coming from the floor. Koji raises his pipe to block the ferocious swing. The heavy impact numbs his arms, but his large frame takes the blow without giving any ground. Fuminori presses the attack, delivering a second blow and a third. His axe, designed for chopping down trees, is deadlier and more durable than the piece of pipe Koji found discarded on the floor. Each strike Koji blocks sends chunks of rust flying from his makeshift weapon. He can't win as long as he's on the defensive. He needs to create an opportunity to attack. Bastard! Koji blocks a crushing downward swing, then pushes back hard before Fuminori can pull away, throwing him off balance. Fuminori stumbles backward, then plants his feet to steady himself. Taking advantage of his opponent's temporary immobility, Koji delivers a punishing low kick to Fuminori's outer thigh. Good. Fuminori grunts and retreats, swinging his axe wildly to prevent Koji from following up with another attack. Koji, however, does not press his advantage. He just stands where he is, calmly spearing Fuminori with his stare. You've never been in a fight, have you? Fuminori roars and comes in for another attack, but the damage to his right leg seems to be slowing his swing. Easily blocking the axe with his pipe, Koji waits for Fuminori to exhaust himself. Die! Die! Fuminori delivers blow after heavy blow, howling savagely all the while. What he does not realize, however, is that the situation now favors composure, not brute force. Yeah, the music is good. When Fuminori raises his axe high for yet another attack, Koji sees that his movements have grown dull enough. Seizing the opportunity, Koji charges into Fuminori's range and grabs the haft of his axe with his left hand. Subscribing to these letters with Natalia's email. No! As Fuminori recoils in fear, Koji swings his pipe hard as it is enemy's unprotected side. He feels the crunch of his ribs breaking. Gah! The pain drives Fuminori to his knees, staring down at Fuminori's defenseless head. Koji, surprised by his own lack of emotion, raises his pipe high to deliver the finishing blow. Which is when something wraps itself around his left ankle. What? Chat, you should be good. No evil. Black shirts should be good as the representatives of Italia. Of the Duce. The instant Koji panics at the unexpected sensation, something soft yet strong winds itself around his left leg and drags him to the floor before he can resist. He twists his body and tries to swing the pipe at the unseen enemy behind him, but his right hand too is seized by the same flexible force. No evil! No evil! Evil bad! He wasn't able to feel it through his pants, but now his blood turns to ice at the cold, slimy sensation of the thing wrapped around his uncovered wrist. Didn't we also have, like, haters in the debut stream, come to think of it? That monster's still alive. That's it, Saya, Fuminori says, encouragingly. Even when kneeling on the floor, his face twisted in pain, he manages a terrible, victorious grin. Saya. This monster is Saya. Koji struggles desperately to free his limbs from the creature's slimy grip. But more tentacles swarm over his body, strailing his freedom of movement. The horror has already driven Koji half mad. Just imagining the creature's appearance is enough to send him into a mindless panic. We should react to that sometime. That would be funny. His stream is suddenly cut off as a slimy appendage seizes his throat. This most deadly tentacle isn't just cutting off his windpipe, it's trying to snap his neck and it's getting tighter. Yeah, Ryoko, do something already. Koji is certain that this is the end, but just as his vision begins to dim, an explosion brings him back to his senses. Saya screaming! horrifying, inhuman scream. That was a rather cute scream. The creature releases Koji and retracts its tentacles. The first thing he sees after regaining his mobility is Ryoko running down the hall with a smoking shotgun in one hand and a silver tube in another. Doctor! Ryoko responds by tossing him the tube, though still lying on the floor. He manages to snatch it out of the air. It's the thermos she showed him at the restaurant, the one she called her secret weapon. Pour it on that thing! Ryoko shouts to Koji. At the same time, she aims her gun at Fuminori, who's still on his knees 5 paces away. The double-barreled shotgun still has 1 shot loaded. The monster that attacked Koji is writhing in agony. It hasn't yet recovered from Ryoko's shot, but he's already seen that bullets aren't enough to kill these creatures. Now is his only chance. What are you doing? Fuminori growls, gritting his teeth against the pain of his broken legs. Pour it on that thing! No! No! That was like the worst meme ever. I still don't get what's meant to be quote-unquote funny about it. Forcing himself to be calm, Koji stands and carefully unscrews the lid of his thermos. There's no question in his mind that something extremely potent. But I feel like that doesn't work. I could try, but I feel like that doesn't work. There's no question in his mind that something extremely potent is inside. As soon as it's unsealed, a thick white mist pours out of the thermos, and the surrounding air turns freezing cold. Instantly guessing what's inside, Koji lobs the thermos at the pile of flesh, convulsing on the floor. The thermos sails through the air, spewing white fog, and like a baptismal font, showers its liquid contents upon the hellish creature. She's really cute and she's screaming. Its scream this time is incomparable to before. Yeah, it's way more pain. Yeah, it's so bad. But, like, I get that people are joking about it because the joke is that why does anyone find this funny? But even then, it's so cringy. We should not be doing it. The monster thrashes in agony, wreathed in white smoke. Its screams are joined by Ryoko's cackling. Frozen Saya. That's minus 197 degrees, you fucking monster! How's it feel? Cold? Hot? Not so tough now, are you? Perhaps the joy of vanquishing her nightmare was worth the last remnants of her sanity. Manic glee blazing in her eyes can belong only to a shattered mind. I am Vixer. Monsters, I'll kill you. I wonder what it looks like to Fuminori. Fuminori staggers to his feet, roaring black curses. His rage seems to have drowned out the pain of his broken bones. Ryoko is not one to underestimate the threat posed by his axe. Her mad laughter fades away, leaving only a cold smile as she pulls the trigger. Fuminori calling someone a monster. Yeah. With a short burst of dark flame, Ryoko's gun splutters and dies. Ryoko is not an expert on firearms. It never occurred to her that shotgun shells need proper storage. Besides, she always expected that any situation where a gun would be necessary would also be one that she would not survive. Cursing in anger and dismay, Ryoko breaks the shotgun open and awkwardly pulls the dud out. Meanwhile, Fuminori stalks towards her like a vengeful demon, the head of his axe screeching as it drags along the floor. I have to stop him. Koji tries to charge Fuminori, but only succeeds in sending himself sprawling. One of his shoes is stuck to the floor, frozen by the liquid nitrogen. As Ryoko fumbles in her pocket for a new shell, Fuminori closes the distance and raises his axe in both hands. Damn. Koji curses and rips his shoe free of the frozen concrete, but he knows that he'll never make it in time. Ryoko thrusts a new shell into the chamber of her shotgun. He snaps it closed and looks up to find her target. Fuminori is right before her, too close to evade, and his axe is already crashing down with the wind howling in its wake. Stop! The sounds of bones shattering, tendons snapping, and flesh tearing blend together in foul harmony. The thermos opened midair and poured the nitrogen onto Koji. Yeah. thick blade enters through Ryoko's left shoulder, plowing through her collarbone and shoulder blade, smashing several ribs and popping her lung like a balloon before stopping in the center of her chest. Her expression frozen in shock by the impact, she sprays a geyser of blood from her mouth. She should have died instantly, but through some unimaginable force of will, Ryoko clings to life for a few seconds more. Raining through blood-stained lips, she raises her shotgun. Not to the front, but to the side. And beyond the barrel of her gun, wearing the 77-degree Kelvin mist like a white cloak of death, is the weakly wriggling Saya. No! Fuminori's scream vanishes into the roar of her shotgun. The destruction is absolute. The shotgun pellets obliterate half of Saya's body that fell prey to the liquid nitrogen. The frozen particles of Saya's shattered flesh drift to the floor like snow. Even the creature's special biology is insufficient to seal a wound of this size. From the opening pour its internal organs, a tide of liquid slime and fat whose color is far too foul to belong to any living creature. I wonder what this looks like to Fuminori. The monster convulses, wailing in a weak, pitiful voice.
Saya.
Oh, poor Saya. Not Saya. But Fuminori sucks, but Saya deserved better. Saya, with his axe still buried in Ryoko's body. Fuminori stares at the dying creature, his expression utterly devoid of motion. It looks like the Peter Griffin death pose. Don't worry, Eldritch Abomination stalking me. I'd never let it happen to you. Koji grabs his pipe and prepares to attack Fuminori behind, but freezes when he sees the emptiness on the face of the man he hated. Fuminori pulls his axe out of Ryoko's corpse, then looks at Koji with glazed eyes. There's no recognition in them, nor hate nor rage. When Koji meets Fuminori's blank stare, he knows there's nothing left in him to kill. Fuminori grips the axe closer to his head and raises it high, the blade towards his face. Koji doesn't know whether he should interfere, but even if he wanted to, what could he say to stop Fuminori? Fuminori pulls his head back slowly, then drives his face into the blade of the axe like a spring-loaded toy. Crunch. His skull caves in with a dull, wet sound, and a spray of blood catches Koji in the face. Despite Fuminori's utter lack of hesitation, his first attempt at suicide succeeds only in transforming his face into a hash of crimson. Fuminori pulls his head back one more time, even slower than before, then with every ounce of strength still— yeah, I agree, I don't think this would work— left in his body, he slams it into the blood-stained axe. The sound is wetter than before. Fuminori's body goes limp and then tumbles face first into the floor. Koji stares at the two mangled corpses for a while. He feels completely left behind, like he can't remember why he's standing in this place with a steel pipe in his hand. Yeah, this ending sucks. The best one is the mental hospital one. The stale air filling the ruined building becomes choked with the stench of blood, and the crimson puddles gradually spread across the snow-covered floor. Like the tranquility of the scene makes it seem like a painting. None of this would have happened if Saya chose the rat. A soft, slimy sound breaks the silence. Yeah. Koji looks at the mortally wounded monster. The creature is on death's door, but even so it moves. Slowly, feebly, it drags its broken body through the sea of blood. But Saya dies in the ending where everyone is Saya! It's coming from Fuminori. Koji had forgotten his anger, but it now comes surging back at full force. Die. He growls and stabs the monster with the end of his pipe. It convulses in agony, but keeps crawling toward Fuminori. Koji explodes into a frenzy of rage. Does she? Does she die in the... Does she really die in the ending where it's in the mental hospital? How sensitive young men act when the e-girl they're stalking calls the police instead of falling in love. Again and again, he smashes the helpless flesh beast with his pipe. Something tells him that if he doesn't stop it here, he will truly truly have lost. The monster, however, never succumbs. It struggles on beneath its blows until it finally reaches Fuminori's corpse. Don't touch him! Don't touch him! Damn you! What gives you the right? Koji keeps swinging, his flurry unabated, even though its tears start to pool in his eyes. The monster's slime flies through the air, joining with the blood already covering his face. Yeah, she just runs off in the mental hospital. The creature extends one thin, trembling tentacle to touch Fuminori's shoulder, then lovingly caresses his blood-stained cheek. I assume she just continues looking for, Ogai, and then it stops moving. Even in its final moments, the monster would not let Fuminori go. It died joined with him. She dies of sadness. No! At last, Koji knows that the world he loved is gone forever. Dang. Painfully relatable ending. Hey! Omi says enthusiastically, the exposed bones of her face clattering. Why don't we go somewhere we can skate for this year's ski trip? And chunks of her body are missing, as though something's been nibbling on her. It makes her look a lot thinner. She's been worried about her weight recently, but now she shouldn't need to diet. Fuminori laughs at Omi's crazy suggestion. That's right, you just started skating recently, didn't you? He sounds amused, but it's hard to tell from his expression, since his face has been cleaved in two by an axe. Koji got cucked big time, yeah. Not many people start skating in their 20s, you know. I haven't skated in so long. I was scared when I was little. Those shoes look like big knives. Yeah, I know. If someone kicked you in the face with one of those on, you'd probably end up like me. Omi and Yo laugh at Fuminori's dumb joke. Yo never used to laugh with such exuberance. She seems truly happy now that she and Fuminori are officially together. But you were able to kill him on your first try? That's amazing, Omi! What is happening in this? What is this? It's a lot like playing baseball. You swing hard and let the weight of the axe do the damage. This game is a little bizarre. He made killing him sound so easy. I figured I'd give it a try, and it was fun. What is this feeling? Something is wrong, even though Koji can't put his finger on what. Yeah, but this isn't right. Oh, well, I want to try eating Omi too. Ah, that's it. When he sees Yo's envious smile, Koji finally realizes what's bothering him. Hey, Tsukuba. What's wrong? Why are you normal? Yo tilts her head quizzically, like she doesn't understand what he means. Normal? I'm always normal. But back then, you were... Oh! I get it! Yo nods in understanding. You're talking about when I looked different from you. That was such a long time ago. It was? Of course! She replies, deflecting Koji's confusion with that uncannily cheerful smile. After all, you're one of us now. Oh, of course. Koji looks down and is satisfied to see wriggling tentacles where his arms and legs should be. When he opens his eyes, his mattress and pillow are soaked in sweat. It's always the same nightmare. He doesn't know how many times he's had it, but at least he's not leaping out of bed screaming anymore. He sits up, clutching his throbbing head. It's 4 in the morning. He hasn't had nearly enough rest, but he probably won't be able to get back to sleep tonight. Time for a smoke. A full pack will last him until dawn. Now, where did he put the pack he bought yesterday? Koji wanders sleepily into the den, where yet another old friend is waiting for him. You look like hell. Doctor, you're here too? But is it still a dream? What's going on? Is he hallucinating? Ryoko's chopped up corpse is sitting at the dining table, looking as deathly pale as ever as she sips coffee from a mug. You can't be getting much sleep tossing and turning like that every night. Koji will sound like Tupio Italia. It's not always like this, Koji says amicably as he sits down from her. If I take some pills, it usually helps, for now. Hallucinations like these are easier to deal with than elaborate nightmares like the one he just had. They should probably worry him more, though. If you listened to my warnings back then, you wouldn't be in such bad shape now. Let's stop talking about that. What's done is done. Ryoko chuckles, smiling the same cruel, manic smile she used to when she was alive. Her left arm hangs from her half-severed shoulder, dangling like a forgotten wind chime. Sounds like you've come to terms with it. You were the same, weren't you? You managed to pass yourself off as an elite neurosurgeon most of the time. It's not that hard keeping up appearances when you have to. The corpse shrugs her intact right shoulder and grimaces in disgust as she takes another sip of her coffee. But it's only going to get worse, you know. Time heals emotional wounds. But with you, it's more like you've been poisoned. She's probably right. Ever in dreams at night, no matter how dim the memories may get, the nightmares will always be there to tear into Koji with fresh fangs. The insanity that's taken root in his heart will grow, eventually consuming everything that's left inside of him. In my case, I've had you to learn from. I'm ready for anything. Is that so? Me and the hag that's possessing me having an amicable conversation. Koji just needs cute anime girl real. Koji nods, smiling confidently, then stands and walks to the bathroom where he retrieves the weapon that he keeps hidden behind the mirror. Old Guy's revolver, the one souvenir that Koji brought back from the other world that night. It was tough, but I finally found someone who deals in these things. I bought bullets from it. Can you believe that ammunition is more expensive than the gun itself? How about that? In the mirror, Koji sees Ryoko with her axe-inflicted gash reversed. She raises her mug in a toast to Koji's resourcefulness. So, how many shots did you buy? Just one? Seriously? This time it's Koji who shrugs his shoulders. He uses both, exercising his privilege as the survivor. You see, I never want to be in a situation where I'll need more. Oh? The corpse in the mirror nods sagely, her smile improving. Yeah. You really do get it. There's a brief silence. Koji doesn't really feel like getting all melancholy with a dead woman. Yeah. Hey doctor, let's give the diner coffee a rest. If you want, I'll put on a new pot of... When Koji turns around halfway through his sentence, he realizes that the room is empty, but for the silence of the night. And so, Koji returns to the world of the sane. Dare I say I'm literally Koji. He lights his first cigarette of the night and takes a deep drag. While sitting alone in his den, puffing on his smoke, he stares at the gun in his hand. He knows just how precarious a cliff he's standing on. the final line of which Ryoko spoke, is now one step behind him. Koji no longer has anything to protect his soul. Now that old guy Masahiko's fantasies and Tambo Ryoko's delusions have all become tangible horrors, he knows what insanity and despair truly are. Back in the real world, Sakizake Fuminori is wanted for several gruesome murders. The gun shop owner seeing me arrive with a rusty revolver and ask for 1 bullet for it. It didn't take long for someone to discover the stockpiles of human meat in the empty Sakizaka and Suzumi homes. In the 2 refrigerators were found the remains of Suzumi Yosuke, his wife and daughter, and Takahata Omi. They found the clothes and other effects of Tsukaba Yo, but were unable to locate any trace of her among the various body parts, a fact that made Koji's nightmares all the more vivid. And Dr. Tambo Ryoko of the T University Hospital vanished mysteriously around the same time. Because she was Fuminori's chief physician, the police have been investigating her connection to all his crimes. As for the 2 corpses secretly buried in the backyard of a certain ruin, well, they'll probably never be found, and the incident will probably just become another cold case. Koji alone knows what truly happened, and he has no intention of revealing it. Not now, and not ever. All Guy's writings were not nonsense, which means that everything else was. And what fool was it that said men are lords of creation? Those who can believe in paltry things like human wisdom and valor are those lucky innocents who have not looked into the abyss. Koji can no longer share in their blessed ignorance. He knows he has been defiled by the insanity called truth, and he will never believe again. Yeah, real skill issue. If he's been poisoned, as Ryoko's ghost said, then that poison is none other than the truth itself. Just as pure oxygen is harmful to the body, the naked truth has the power to destroy men's minds. Only by diluting it with lies and taking it in small doses can humans maintain a healthy soul. No matter what horrors the world might hold, words once spoken by the living Tambo Ryoko passed through Koji's mind. I still had some power against the madness. That, without a doubt, was the comfort she kept hidden in her bosom, the only thing that allowed her to face her dreams each night. Koji has taken his predecessor's lessons to heart. He's prepared for anything. 1 bullet is always behind the bathroom mirror, promising him salvation. Is the game over? Have we finished the game? Yeah, literally. So edgy, man. But, you know, Saya's cute, so it's worth it. Oh, I love Saya. Shame what happens to her in that ending. Shame what happens to her in the other ending. Shame what happens to her in every ending. Saya just cannot have a good ending. It's very sad. But the other ending has everyone turned into Saya. That's a world where Fuminori is happy, and I don't want a world where Fuminori is happy. I want Fuminori to die and Saya to be happy, which isn't quite that possible. There should be a YouTube dark that requires verification so streamers can play. Isn't that just Pornhub? I like the one where Saya ends up happy, so never. Yeah. Oh, this isn't that edgy compared to, you know, real gore. Koji x Saya, no. I ship me x Saya. I should have my own pet Saya. I want one. No. I like ending A the best. I like ending A. The best ending is the one where there's the mental hospital and Saya is forever roaming the earth without love. Poor Saya. Wouldn't necessarily be poor. Oh, yeah. Technically. But, like, what else? What else does YouTube ban apart from, like, porn and gore? No. Saya chooses the rat. No! No! Dojin Circle game score. Check Twitter? What's on Twitter? Hang on. I'll check Twitter. Just a sec. Just a sec. What is there to see on Twitter? Okay, I'll repost it. Sorry, Chud, the rat gets the Eldritch Horror Girl. Oh, okay. Game over. Game over. We got all of the endings. None of them were good. I'm just gonna... I don't want the things... I don't have anything open that isn't, you know, perfectly fine to share on stream, but I do not want to deal with having random things open on stream. I'm careful to close everything. I don't think... what time is it? How long have we been streaming for? I might just chat for a bit and then end stream depending on how long it's been. Hang on a sec. I'll adjust the chat. We'll do a little bit of a... Yeah, then we might just talk for a bit. If we... I really should set up scenes, but... Oh, how has life been? Well... haven't I mentioned my family's all dying? My family's all dying. I'm trying to figure out how to pay rent, how to move out. Oh, life. I don't like life. Maybe eventually, if I get good enough as a VTuber, if I get good, I can be I can join a corpo and get money and pay the rent. Latinx lessons. I have a feeling this is gonna be something weird, but okay, hang on. Google Translate. Okay. Portuguese. It was Portuguese, right? Hang on. Why is it like Portuguese Portugal? That's like the default should be Portuguese Portugal, and then it should be Portuguese Brazil. No! I can't say that on stream. I can't say that on stream. I'll get banned. I can't. I don't want to get banned. No banning me. Oh, that's something that should be allowed. There should be a dark YouTube where you can say slurs. Already YouTube is like forcing you to put an ID to watch age-restricted videos. Are you guys gonna do a chain? Oh, you guys. No. But I don't care. The default should still be Portuguese Portugal, even if there's more Brazilians speaking Portugal. Text-to-speech. No! I don't want to get banned! We'll get even smaller! Who is the guy in charge of Heinrich Himmler? No! We're ending the streak! Remember? No more streak. No more mentioning the funny painter man. I don't want to get banned someday for funny painter man. Yeah. We're done with the funny painter man, unfortunately. I don't want to get banned. No more banning me. I'm a safe for work, nice streamer who does not break YouTube guidelines and totally doesn't show. Who came up with inflatable dolls? I have no idea. And it does not show the breasts of Yo on stream. I don't mention dictators. I don't talk about dictators. Funny painter man. Okay, then I'll keep saying euphemisms like funny mustache man and painter man and etc. Yeah, I'm not even racist. I'm not a racism streamer. I'm just your cozy Mussolini lion. And that brings up the whole topic of, was Mussolini racist? Oh, I'm so sick of people talking about that. Like, seriously. Nya! If you guys want to nya, I can say nya. We should play something more lighthearted. Zaya's too much depression. No! I am racist, but not against the long-nosed tribe. No, it's a different tribe that I'm racist against. Bow wow wow. I'm not a dog. I'm not a dog. I should only be like doing roar or something, but I'm not too good on that. Kim Mussolini's grandkid. He has a bunch. You mean like the city pop one? Should we do like karaoke for that someday? I don't think I can sing very well, but I won't forget you. Chat, I won't forget you. I'll never forget you, but don't shoot yourselves. Don't. If you guys shoot yourselves, I promise I will forget you, so never kill yourselves. What's the best race? I miss when they used to do the plane racing. Italy really pioneered racing. Like Mussolini really pioneered all types of racing. But the plane racing didn't really survive the war. Yeah. I'm racist against the short ears. I'm racist against the short ears. But how do you send a message with no text? How do you send a message with no text? It's just... hang on. I want to check something. You can really send a message that's just a space? No way! I am racist against gnomes. I can't stand gnomes. They're always like in your house and sneaking up on you. My grandmother loves gnomes. She has gnomes around to remind herself of me and my cousins, and so that a part of us is always with her. She said that last time I talked to her. Yeah, I want to be a professional racist. I want to go zoom, vroom. There's a gnome haunting you. Maybe I'm a gnome. Maybe we should make an Natalia gnome. Gnomes, racist against leprechauns. Yeah. Get gnomed. Get gnomed. I can't hate beast folk. I can't hate people with ears. I'm racist against people who have ears that aren't on the top of their heads, but instead human ears, which are on the side of their heads. You should have clearly cat ears. I'm racist against humans. I can't stand the human race. Cats are superior. I like all types of cats. I like of course my lion friends the best. And Mussolini, he's an honorary lion. What do you say about lions? Hang on. Ah! Wrong tab. Ah! Hang on. Mussolini lion quote. It's better to be a lion it's better to live one day as a lion than 1,000 years as a sheep. See? Don't you see? Lions are the best. Nekopara. Is that safe for YouTube though? I have no idea. I don't really, I don't play enough VNs. 2 people dropped the stream the second I riffed on humans? Do we have humans in the chat? If Elon makes cat girls real. What do you mean? Cat girls are already real. Yeah, better the lion than the small dog. Better the lion than the dog. Better the cat than the dog. Clearly, the cats are superior. Maybe that'll cause chat to hate me. Maybe that'll be a controversial statement. But yeah, I think it's just true that the cats are better. Birds get an honorary pass in my head. As you can see, I have a bird in my head. I can't seem to get rid of it. No matter how many times I wave my hands, no matter how many times I try and chew him off, how many times I try and eat him, he just won't go away. And that has given me a lot of respect for birds. I mean, you can fend off me, the great Italia the lion. Wow. It's respectable. It's so respectable, man. Because he's made a nest in my head. He's made a nest in my head. My head is now filled with twigs and no brain. He's poked at my brain. It's all twigs and no brain. Italia, you need me. Yeah. He's spying on me. He's a spy from the dead. I think that was my lore or something. Yeah. I don't even remember. Oh, that would... Oh. Not loud. No birds having families on my head. The bird can't get a wife. He must join in solidarity with the rest of us. With my femcel self. He can't have a wife. Not allowed. Bird cell. I have no brain cells. I just have a bird and he does all the thinking for me. So, You saw the size of my forehead. Yeah. No, he's not allowed. He's not allowed to poop on my head. That's not allowed. I'm afraid every time I walk under a bird that it's gonna like do something like that. It's so gross. I mean, it's never happened before, but I don't want to risk it, you know? I'm afraid of birds. Australian birds are really, like, quite something. They'll run away from you if they can sense malice. But otherwise, they'll just walk up to you and just be chill with you, and then they'll attack you. They'll attack you a lot. I guess geese are a little scarier, but I hope a bird never does that to me. It scares me. People don't want you to know, but wives are free. They're walking by the street. You can just pick them up in a suspicious band. Yeah. Geese are evil. Geese are evil. I don't like geese. I like the bird on my head, but I don't approve of geese. Ducks are kind of cute too, but not geese. Did you know that platypuses, like, they're poisonous? They have, like, venom in their claws. Yeah. Geese lack souls. I haven't seen a goose in, like, so long. I think they taste good, though. Yeah, Australia, everything is evil. Yeah. Their hind legs. They don't like swans. I haven't seen a swan in ages either. I don't really see many swans. That's because I don't go near water. Anyways. Maybe I should end stream about soon. Geese act like they aren't made of hollow bones. Maybe a goose could defeat Saya. Anyways, good night, everybody. I'm a bit tired this time. Have I seen the Australian fangs? What? That have raptor fangs and can kill you? What? What? Hang on. I gotta look this up. Hang on. Australia raptor fangs bird. The eagle thing? The Australia's eagle thing? Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. Good night, everybody! I have not seen the inside of a penguin's mouth, and I do not want to, because penguins are cute. Happy birthday! Have a nice time. I'm in church. Bye-bye! Good night, everybody! I would like to remain the image of cute in penguins. Good night, everybody! Good night! Bye-bye! Good night! Good night! Bye-bye! Sayonara! Bye-bye! Goodbye, nya! Nya! Good nya! Good night! Good night, everybody! Bye-bye! Bye, everybody. Yeah, there is some real latency here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.